After Drake released the most brutal, intimate, and devastating diss track in music history, officially titled Bloodlines and Bankruptcies, the hip-hop world just experienced a catastrophic cultural meltdown. In what industry veterans are calling an unforgivable psychological execution, the song features raw audio confessions from Rick Ross's own disowned siblings and estranged cousins. In order to reveal the darkest, most closely hidden familial secrets within William Roberts' household, the Six God totally eschewed conventional rap insults. Millions of followers worldwide were shocked to hear Ross's own estranged biological relatives publicly accuse him on high-definition studio audio of cutting them off, abandoning his boyhood home, and fabricating his entire billionaire family patriarch persona. Rick Ross is in a condition, music, of complete, frenzied emotional destruction as his darkest personal betrayals are broadcast on every streaming platform, shattering the impregnable facade of Maybach Music Group from the inside out. The secret contracts, the hectic behind-the-scenes legal crisis, and Rick Ross's impending reprisal demonstrate that this multi-million-dollar conflict has entered perilous, irrevocable ground, so stay tuned until the very end of this video. You must look at the broken alliance, unspoken animosities, and 10-year power struggle between Drake and Rick Ross in order to comprehend how this unparalleled degree of psychological warfare broke out. Rick Ross and Aubrey Drake Graham were one of the most successful hit-making teams in contemporary hip-hop history for many years. Their creative chemistry seemed unshakable, from high-end hits like Aston Martin Music and Stay Schemin' to chart-topping partnerships like Gold Roses and Lord Knows. They were more than just regular partners to the general public. They presented a picture of two untouchable titans sharing multi-million-dollar boardrooms, private aircraft, and exclusive designer homes, music. Drake frequently gave Ross credit for creating the lavish, cinematic backdrops that typified the heyday of their luxury rap style, while Ross supported Drake's melodic accuracy. But beneath the glossy music videos and velvet-roped VIP areas, long-standing conflicts started to slowly grow. Industry insiders were aware that their partnership was based on shaky business scheming and competing ego. The power dynamics in music drastically changed as Drake rose to an unparalleled level of financial independence and worldwide streaming domination. In order to stay commercially relevant for Maybach Music Group, Ross, who had previously saw himself as the relationship's seasoned older brother and street godfather, found himself depending more and more on Drake features. Music. When the larger rap scene broke out into a full-scale civil war, that was the tipping point. Rick Ross made the deliberate choice to publicly cut ties with Drake when high-profile rivalries erupted throughout the industry. He did this by releasing hostile diss records like Champagne Moments that ridiculed Drake's heritage, accusing him of cosmetic surgery, and actively siding with the Toronto superstar's most formidable business and creative rivals. With his continuous attacks on Drake's sincerity and his portrayal of himself as the genuine street king and giving family patriarch who created an empire only on loyalty and brotherhood, Ross felt he had the moral upper hand. Rick Ross centered his whole personal mythology around the idea of unwavering familial loyalty for more than 10 years. From the farthest branches of his family tree to his hometown of Carroll, Music City, he positioned himself as the generous giver. Ross portrayed an image of an untouchable provider who brought his entire family out of poverty and into generational wealth through his lyrics, documentary appearances, and social media displays of his 200-acre Georgia estate. However, persistent rumors within the exclusive real estate circles of Miami and Atlanta revealed a far deeper, sad tale. A vicious internal family civil war had been raging behind the gates of his vast homes for almost 7 years, according to confidential sources from former business associates and estranged family acquaintances. Following intense arguments about unmet financial commitments, unpaid medical bills, and contested real estate deeds, Ross allegedly fully excommunicated a number of his close relatives, half-brothers, and immediate siblings from his inner group. Several of Ross's own blood relations were apparently living payday to paycheck, restricted on all communication channels, and legally prohibited from speaking to the media due to non-disclosure threats. while Ross flaunted multi-million-dollar luxury cars and collections of vintage watches on the internet. Drake, who was well known in the field as a master of psychological retaliation and forensic investigation, worked covertly for months. Instead of exchanging superficial messages on social media, Drake's private research team tracked down Ross's disowned family members and estranged siblings who lived in Georgia and Florida. Drake recorded their unresolved pain, decades of alleged emotional desertion, and raw anguish with Ross's own bloodline while flying them into special, high-security recording facilities in complete secrecy. Drake wrote more than just a rap song. Music, in order to destroy the biggest boss, myth, on a worldwide scale, he masterminded the ultimate emotional execution, turning the very people Rick Ross left behind as weapons. At precisely 2:15 a.m., the explosion took place. The M, Eastern Standard Time, when Drake unexpectedly released Bloodlines and Bankruptcies, Music, The Family Meeting, a 9-minute audio clip that was only available on soundboard channels and private streaming URLs. As the song spread like an uncontrollable digital wildfire, more than 800,000 concurrent listeners overloaded the servers in less than 4 minutes, crashing several alternative hosting sites. The song didn't begin with a cocky hook or a conventional drum beat. Rather, it began with a chilly, gloomy piano chord that was abruptly cut off by the distinct cracking voice of an elderly guy speaking into a studio microphone. The speaker claimed to be Marcus Roberts, Rick Ross's estranged older half-brother, who had been out of sight for more than 10 years. The first voice message was eerie, intensely emotional, and painfully intimate. Music. William, you purchased a fleet of automobiles you don't even drive and 300 acres in Georgia, yet you changed your phone number in 2018 when Mama's childhood home in Carroll City was in danger of going into foreclosure. Your own blood nephews were locked out of the front gate by your security guards. You pretended to be a wealthy cartel boss for the entirety of your rap career, but you won't even spend $5,000 on your own sister's insulin. While you pretended to be a billionaire for the cameras, you abandoned us. Drake took the microphone with a cold, clinical cadence as the agonizing monologue came to an end, and he delivered phrases that went right to the heart of Rick Ross's legacy. Music. You talk about loyalty, but your own blood is calling my phone / left your sister in the trenches while you sit on a rented throne / Marcus told me how you forged the deed to Mama's place. Music / put a non-disclosure on your kin just to save some face / you ain't a boss, William. Music. While your family is out of control, you are a runaway child / who constructed a golden jail. After 2 complete verses of the song, there was another audio intermission. This time, 2 of Ross's first cousins claimed that Ross had removed their names from early family real estate inheritances by using shell LLCs. The hip-hop industry was utterly shocked to hear Ross's own cousin express such unvarnished, unadulterated anguish on a Drake single. This was no longer a traditional rap duel over streaming chart numbers, fancy clothing, or watch collections. It was a very intimate psychological analysis of a man's family life. There was a complete frenzy in the discussion threads and live comment areas. The fact that Drake was able to work with his toughest rivals, close family members, astounded listeners. Then the first disastrous turn of events occurred, transforming this viral audio release into a major emotional catastrophe. Music. A frenetic, unreliable video appeared outside a Miami Gardens home within 45 minutes of the song's release. In the video, 2 unidentified associates and Rick Ross's longtime head of security arrived at one of the featured cousins' homes in the middle of the night. Music. Demanding that they retract their statements and asserting that the audio had been obtained under false pretenses. Music. Through an unauthorized documentary project. As local police cruisers arrived on the scene with bright lights and bystanders started filming from their porches, the altercation swiftly descended into violence. Music. Drake hadn't recently released a song. He had completely destroyed the appearance of tranquility and left the Maybach Music Group camp in a state of complete panic damage control by starting an active, dangerous domestic civil war right in Rick Ross's backyard. By 4 a.m. The M. with hashtags like hashtag Drake's Family Meeting, hashtag Rick Ross Exposed, and hashtag Marcus Roberts Speaks garnering over 120 million impressions in a matter of hours. The aftermath from bloodlines and bankruptcies had totally overtaken every major social media platform by Eastern Standard Time. As music analysts, cultural commentators, and casual fans replayed the painful audio confessionals analyzing every bar and every emotional claim made by Rick Ross's own estranged blood family, hip-hop community was in complete shock. 4:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Rick Ross went live on his own social media from his Atlanta home studio, clearly frightened and enraged. With a half-lit cigar shaking between his fingers and a tense, quiet entourage around him, Ross strode angrily across the room, music perspiring profusely beneath the studio spotlights. His voice, music, cracked with a blend of unadulterated rage and indisputable emotional agony as he looked directly into the lens. Aubrey is a cunning, evil predator who preys on weak, struggling individuals. You hired them to read a script, flew out resentful, estranged people who haven't been in my life for 15 years, and flashed a few $1,000s in their faces. My family is safe. My mom is well taken care of. Aubrey is aware that Marcus's careless lifestyle caused him to be cut off. Bringing a man's family into a rap dispute demonstrates your lack of integrity, morality, and street standards. You have crossed a line that is irreversible. Ross made a valiant effort to portray the diss track as an unethical exploitation of a estranged family, but it was painfully clear that his calm big boss persona was cracked. Music, commentators, and viewers pointed out that Ross never once refuted the particular property conflicts, the unpaid medical claims, or the significant non-disclosure agreements that Marcus Roberts had mentioned in the record. Ross's defensive and emotionally unstable broadcast did not put an end to the dispute. Rather, it fueled it further. Then followed the second shocking turn of events that turned the controversy from a furious rap dispute into a huge, multi-million-dollar legal and business disaster. 6:30 a.m. At Music. Leaked digital receipts and corporate bank transfer records connecting Drake's private management holding firm to a posh estate planning and legal trust fund in South Florida were made public by Eastern Standard Time, a well-known entertainment law weekly. Drake had given Ross's family members more than simply a one-time studio appearance fee, according to the documents that were leaked. He had discreetly provided Marcus Roberts and his estranged cousins with a full, multi-million-dollar legal trust, formally funding their private lawsuits to contest Rick Ross's exclusive ownership of multiple historic family properties in Carroll City and Miami Gardens. Even worse, signed affidavits from the family members claiming that they had willingly given Drake's production team their life stories, voice recordings, and private family archive photos for a comprehensive, candid investigative documentary series called Behind the Maybach Curtain were included in the leaked filings. Music. The insight was like a tidal wave to the civilization. Drake released more than simply a heartbreaking song. He had methodically provided funding for a long-term, well-planned legal and PR campaign aimed at emotionally, legally, and financially destroying Rick Ross. Rick Ross's entire multi-million-dollar brand was in jeopardy due to the unimaginable amount of psychological warfare. Music. The publication of bloodlines and bankruptcies and the ensuing disclosures about legal funds caused a media frenzy that split hip-hop radio, social media, and executive suites in the music industry into yelling, antagonistic groups. The song and the controversy surrounding it produced over 200 million interactions worldwide in just 12 hours, shattering previous records for engagement on X, Music, YouTube, and TikTok. Drake's move was deemed by millions of fans, rap critics, and cultural analysts on one side of the digital fight to be the most brutal, devastating psychological masterstroke in rap rivalry ever. At RapJudas_Watch, Drake destroyed Rick Ross's entire life in addition to winning a rap battle. After 15 years of singing about purchasing houses for his hometown and saving the neighborhood, Rick Ross's real brother got on a Drake song and revealed to the world that he had allowed his sister to suffer from diabetes. The boss persona has vanished entirely. establishing a legal defense trust so Ross's estranged family can sue him for his original properties is pure 4D corporate warfare at OVO_strategist. Drake escalated a rap jab into a heated dispute in the probate court. At this level, no one has ever used genuine music, life as a weapon against an adversary. The audio interludes turned my stomach at culturecritique_daily. You built a golden prison while your family runs wild, Marcus Roberts observed, and you could sense the decades of real suffering. You can't avoid that kind of exposure in the actual world via rap. Hip-hop purists, seasoned musicians, and Southern rap devotees, on the other hand, fiercely retaliated, accusing Drake of transgressing fundamental street ethics and leveraging are meant to remain between artists. It is wicked and exploitative to bring in estranged family members who are struggling with mental health issues and pay them to air out 30-year-old family conflicts on wax. It's not hip-hop. Reality TV is poisonous. Every big family at music, Southern boss has resentful relatives that feel entitled to money they didn't earn. Ross used his own resources to create an enterprise worth several $100 million. Music, Drake's financing of their legal actions just serves to highlight his boundless wealth and lack of morality. Genuine ones are aware that family matters remain within the home. Weaponizing private family property deeds and medical histories sets a terrifying precedent for the culture, stated the Hip Hop Ethics Council. This ceases to be art and turns into vicious legal warfare with actual human casualties if musicians begin to finance each other's family lawsuits. Music, the dispute swiftly spread beyond online discussion boards and took over mainstream media outlets. Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy hosted a heated tower emergency debate on The Breakfast Club, answering calls from family therapists, music executives, and legal professionals discussing whether an artist's public image can ever recover after being condemned by their own bloodline on a multi-platinum record. Prominent industry attorneys warned during live broadcasts that numerous of Maybach Music Group's important physical assets in Florida would be frozen due to the ongoing probate cases financed by Drake's trust. Fearful of the negative publicity surrounding accusations of family abandonment and property falsification, big corporate brand partners and luxury sponsors connected to Rick Ross's yearly auto exhibitions and hospitality endeavors discreetly initiated internal reviews. Hundreds of millions of people watched memes on TikTok that showed Drake sitting at Rick Ross's family's Thanksgiving dinner. The whole entertainment industry was utterly immobilized, divided between deep astonishment at the abrupt music, complete devastation of hip-hop's biggest boss, and morbid curiosity at the unprecedented level of personal battle. A final, bizarre twist that threatens to transform this entire hip-hop fight into a music. Unparalleled corporate and criminal disaster exploded from inside a secure federal courthouse in Miami just when everyone thought the feud had reached its absolute legal and emotional boiling point. 9:30 a.m. The Rick Ross's primary corporate litigation team filed emergency sealed filings with the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida, Eastern Standard Time, in order to forcefully remove bloodlines and bankruptcies from all digital platforms worldwide. The lawsuit called for an immediate national federal injunction against Drake, OVO